All right, y'all. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this. I guess it's not really a reaction video because I know what happens. I'm not reacting to it. I'm just more so, I'm gonna have me talking and then I'm gonna have the video playing. I'm gonna be watching the same video y'all are watching and speaking about the video, the journey, the process, and the story that goes along and the emotions that go along with the video we are watching at the same time. This trick shot took 11 days to make. If y'all are watching this video and you follow me or subscribe to me, first and foremost, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. But then, if that is the case, you probably know what this trick shot is. This trick shot was honestly, like I said, I think I'm going to say in the title of this, it was life-changing. And I'll get on to that later in the video as to how that came to be. But yeah, honestly, these 11 days were such a blessing. They were so dope. I had such a good time doing it. There's something, me and Garrett talk about it too sometimes, there's just something about trick shots that hits different. It's like that journey about it. You fail thousands and thousands of times just to get it right that one time. And it's such a bliss feeling once you actually get it. And yeah, I'm not gonna bore y'all no more. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna start the video. We will react to it together. Alright, y'all, so obviously we're starting out, this is day one, and this was all on TikTok, and I remember what I saw is I saw a kid trying to flip I'm gonna pause this real quick. I saw a kid trying to flip a Red Bull can into what's it called? A Hydro Flask, and it was a perfect fit, beautiful. I'm like, how do I make this golf? After I saw it on my For You page 2 or 3 times. So I went to Target. This was right before COVID. I think this first one I posted February 29th, 2020. I went to Target and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, it's definitely got to be a ping pong ball, something of that nature. I can do it inside because it's so cold in Chicago. And I took the ping pong ball over, looked at the Klein Kanteen. It was a perfect fit. I actually did the math to it. There's only 4 millimeters of clearance on the ping pong ball to the Klein Kanteen. But yes, so that's how this came to begin. And day one, yeah, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. You see, originally I thought I was going to fly the ball in. I was very audacious at the beginning, and then I kind of quickly learned and tested on the first day, and so bouncy might be the way to go. Day 2. So the craziest thing about this is I made day 1 and I posted day 1, and I went downstairs and I was playing Fortnite with some of my boys, and we played 4 or 5 games, an hour and a half goes by, and then I open my phone and I look at TikTok and I see 99 plus in the notification section. I haven't really seen that before. I've had some TikToks that had done well. By the time I started this, I already had been doing Bubby Golf for about, I want to say a year and a half. I've been doing Bubby Golf, grinding. Hadn't made a dime at all doing Bubby Golf with this. Persistence, y'all, trust me. It is important, and patience. And I open my phone and I click the 99 plus and I refresh it and it goes back down to showing no notifications, and then within maybe 10-15 seconds it was back up to 99 plus. It was popping off, y'all. It was super dope. But yeah, so that's that. Day 2 comes on and yeah, we're just gonna run it from there. We get back into it. Now you can see, I'm like, okay, the tactic, the meta here is bouncing. Flying it in, that ain't gonna work. That don't make no sense. That just make it harder on yourself. I thought originally at the beginning though, I'm just gonna fly this joint in. Flying it in would obviously be mad cool, but I honestly think I'd still be doing the shot to this day if I tried flying it in. I can't even tell you how many thousands and thousands of shots it took to get to this point and to try and make this happen. It was absolutely unreal. So I remember this day, my dad was sitting behind the camera in the living room watching the golf, and he was getting such a kick out of it. He loved it. He's loved the whole process of Bubby Golf, everything. He's supported it. Both my parents have supported it since I started it my second semester, senior year of college. Okay, now we're on to day 3. Again, the second video did very well. Y'all blew it up, showed so much love. I'm all right, let's run it. Let's keep it going. And this is where I kind of started to implement strategy change and think okay, let's start going with a higher trajectory. The ball will come down at less of an angle. Man, it makes sense, math, So that's what we started doing here. And honestly, this kind of was we were getting mad close here. I remember it's so exhilarating when you watch the ball tracking. It's like watching a shot track the pin on a par 3. You think you're gonna make a hole-in-one, but this is like, it's so exhilarating because it's right there, and it's just ting, 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 ting. And then here, this was the first day. So after the first 3 days popped off, I hit up my buddy Justin. Shout out Justin if you're watching this. My buddy Justin Escalona, big YouTuber, everything as well. And I hit him up and like, yo, dude, like, this is doing dope. Can I come out to LA and film with you for a few days? He's like, of course, bro, head on down. Let me crash at his crib. So this is me filming in his living room. And yeah, I went out to LA, hopped on a flight, bought a ticket, left the next morning, got there. Had the film. There's my boy Justin. That's at his office, his 1340 office. And he just kept doing the same thing, y'all. Just kept hitting a golf ball towards the canteen. And that is one thing I kind of told myself through all this, is kind of a hack I use for me when I'm doing trick shots or anything that's incredibly difficult of this nature, is I just tell myself, like, if you send an object or a ball towards a hole X amount of times, eventually it is physically impossible for it not to go in if it can fit inside that object. You get what I'm saying? So like, if I just stood there for the rest of the days and was throwing a ping pong ball at it, one of them eventually, mathematically, has to go in. It just has to. I don't know if it has to, but that's the mental hack I use to make sure, all right, let's keep this rolling. All right, let's get back to it. We got mad close. I remember that one when it happened. That was like the closest I had ever been. It did the little tink tink around and then just jumped out. Now I'm just messing around, you know. You gotta pass time doing this. But yeah, no, my boy Justin really opened up his home to me and his office and let me film there. It was super dope. I appreciate him. And then yeah, so on to the next day, still out in LA. Every now and then, I don't know why, but I try and experiment with like bouncing it in, and then I get a little bored, I try and fly it in, and I go back to the low bounce, and then the high bounce. Yeah, that's just the way it worked. But yeah, I don't even know what day this is. Is this day 5 right now? Or day 6, maybe? I don't know. But yo, it was so... Watching the process over again is so dope, because in the moment, the process is lit. Now this is, I remember the first day I posted it, from the Hype House, I remember it was my boy Ryland followed me and DM'd me. I'm like, yo, thank you for supporting, watching, da-da-da-da-da. But my buddy Justin actually knew Thomas. And so we actually went over there, and I walked in, and they're like, oh, you're the golf guy. I'm like, damn, this kind of lit. And I'm like, hey, I brought the canteen. Y'all want to try? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we ran it up. I got the canteen set up, brought the hitting mat, golf club, everything. And no, it was a mad good time. I literally was there for probably 4 to 5 hours. We were all just hitting shots at it, going back and forth, back and forth. But that's the thing, bro. Like, it is actually mad entertaining. It's not like it gets boring, because like, you get close and then it gets you right back to it. It's just like golf in general. You could be having a terrible day of golf. You could be like, I'm never golfing again. And then you hit that one good shot, you're back. You're right back to it. But no, this was mad fun. Such a good time. They were all super dope too, bro. Super cool, super welcoming into their home. It was such a good time. Like, look at they all. Like, even trying to drop it straight in, from straight above, even mad difficult. So dope. Good. It's crazy to think this was over 2 years ago. Because this was literally right before COVID. I remember when I was in LA is when all the news broke out, everything broke out. Like, if you're not home, get home. And I remember I had to book a flight. I had to get home. Like, I had to literally make sure I got home and didn't get locked in California. But yeah, that was obviously after this. This was a day or two after this day that we're watching right now. All that news came out. I'm like, all right, I'm heading home. I gotta go home. I don't want to get stuck away from home. But yeah, it was so much fun. Back to my buddy's crib out there in LA. I'm not even sure what day this is, y'all. It was like, it all was just flowing together when I was going through these 11 days. I remember I wanted to try and get it so badly before I headed home. like I wanted to get it. Like it literally, it almost gets to a point where it's just like teasing you. Like you get close so much. And just see, I'm messing around here. We gotta try something new. It's crazy because like when it comes to something like this that is where the odds are so stacked against you, kind of like even making a hole in one, it comes down to so much luck. Like you can't make the shot and like try and say it was skill. It just don't work like that. And now here we are back in Chicago. We're actually at my boy Jeremy's place, Team Rehab Barrington. Shout out him. He let me film in there all the time during COVID when everything was shut down. He let me go use his facility and work out and everything. It was super dope. But you can see right there, I even dropping the ball in from just above it. It was mad difficult, y'all. This was kind of nice to have this change of flooring to try and kind of fly it there, and it gets a little bit of spin. Obviously it didn't work. We're not on day 11 yet. But yeah, you get so close so many times with one thing, you have to try and change a variable every now and then. There's my boy Jeremy in the background. And that's what I was doing here. It's like, no matter what it is, like I said though, there ain't much skill involved. It is just luck, bro. Like any of these could have gone in with millimeter differences. That's the crazy thing about all this, bro. Good night. And now y'all, this is day 11, and right now the house I'm at is I got back in Chicago and I was house sitting for my aunt and uncle. And yeah, who knows, maybe if that variable never came into play, the shot was never made. So we'll roll the video. I remember I had to get up so early this morning and I had to go change out it was either a water heater or just a heating unit in general with my dad that morning. I was up mad early. And I remember I told my dad, he's like, what are you doing after this? I'm like, oh, I'm heading back home to my aunt and uncle's house. He's like, oh, what are you going to be doing all day? I'm like, I don't know why, but for some reason that morning at work, when I was helping my dad and everything, I just thought like, after I'm done with this, I am going home and I am not stopping. I am literally not stopping. I'm not getting food. I'm not doing anything until this ball goes in the clean canteen. And that's exactly what I did. I kid you not. And I wasn't even there that long compared to how many tries I had other days. But yeah, we'll run it. Bro, craziest feeling in the world. Literally felt like making a hole in one. What? The reaction, bro, look at it. I come back, I hit the Spider-Man, bink! Hit the Spider-Man, but like, it was, I don't know what making a hole in one feels like. I ain't never made one. I'll ask my boy Matt how that feels. But yeah, making it was absolutely unreal because like, just to be honest with y'all, this was getting to a point where like, the way I am is if I start something, I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna quit. I am going to get it. I have to get it. And I was starting to get a little worried. I was actually getting worried like, this could be a month, 2 months of my life. Like, how long is this actually gonna take? I have tried so many thousands of times and it just didn't go in until this one time. Let's watch it back again real quick. The sound, the sound is miraculous. What? Oh, it was unreal. I remember immediately, as soon as I made it, called my mom, called my dad, told them. And obviously I had to cut the reaction here because my reaction past this point, I was cussing. I was so excited. It was like literally like making a hole in one excitement. I was yelling. I was just excited. I was overjoyed. I was full, I was just elated. It was just such an awesome moment. And it's not that like I did anything extravagant. It's that feeling of like, you started something and it was incredibly difficult. It took 11 days. And it's more so the fact as I celebrating the fact that like, you did it. Like you didn't give up on yourself. No matter the fact that it took 11 days, going to LA, coming back, all this, you did it every single day. Not a big deal at all. Just, I put a ping pong ball into a canteen. And that's about all that happened. But no, it felt really good knowing like, I stuck with it for 11 days. I didn't give up on it. And yeah, it's super dope. But I guess now we'll get more into like the story of, I guess we'll get now more into the story of like what I was saying, kind of like how this trick shot really did kind of change my life. So once this happened and this TikTok series started popping off and everything, that's when I met Garrett. and Steve and Matt and all the guys, and I started playing Call of Duty with them all the time. And if I didn't start playing Call of Duty with them all the time, I wouldn't have met them when I helped my buddy Peric move some stuff down to Dallas. And who knows if I'd be here in this room right now living with all the guys, living this amazingly blessed life. On the most part because of you guys and all y'all's love and support. But yeah, who knows? Like, that's the thing. Like, if I didn't start this, just starting. It is absolutely amazing when you start something and you give it true and proper intentional time invested into it. How I call it God, you could call it life, you could call it the universe, but to me it's God, like, recognizes intention and recognizes hard work and will make stuff align for you. You just have to start. Like, if I didn't start this and I didn't go at it with the mindset of I'm not going to give up, I am going to do this until I make it, I might have never met the guys. I might not be where I am today. It's just crazy. Like, the most important word when it comes to success is just start. I'm a firm believer in that. A lot of people, like, it is scary to start stuff sometimes, especially when you're going against the grain. But yeah, start is the most important word when it comes to success. That's the only way you're ever going to find out it's okay to fail. Look it, I failed over 10,000 times to make it once. That is the beautiful thing about trick shots. Is there such a dope metaphor for life is you can fail tens and tens and tens of thousands of times, but you only got to succeed once. And I think that's a super dope thing about trick shots. I think that's why I love them so much. They're addicting, honestly, that journey of just like wanting to get it, no matter how many times you fail, how hard it is. But yeah, that's the story behind this. I appreciate y'all for all the love and support from then until now. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys are so dope. I can't explain enough how much I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm probably going to go play some video games now and then go to bed, get a bike ride in tomorrow morning. Much love.